afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Port Center Spotlight here in Port Jervis School District. Andrew Murata here, the host, and I am with senior, I am with superstar, I am with an all-star in so many facets, Jocelyn Decker. Jocelyn, welcome to the program.
Hello. Thank you for having me today.
Yeah, thank you for all the things that you are doing. This is Jocelyn Decker. She's a senior here in Port Jervis Schools, and we're going to get to know her a little bit here in the program. But if you are in and around Port Jervis Schools, you know who Jocelyn is because you hear her each and every day. Jocelyn, I'll start with that. How did you come to do the announcements every day? How did that happen?
Well, in elementary school, it did start in elementary school. They would have this name that they would call from the classes at HBE, and they would pick your name, and you come down, you do the pledge, you get to meet the staff in the office, and I really enjoyed being there and encouraging my classmates. Like when their name would get called and they wouldn't want to go, I would volunteer to go for them. And then in middle school, in 7th grade, I remember being in math class, and I heard the girls on the announcement, and I was like, I really want to do that.
Yeah.
And so I ran down last day of 7th grade, and Miss Lane was in the office. I was like, Miss Lane, I really want to sign up. She's like, oh, great. So 8th grade, every day, I did the announcements, and then COVID happened. So 9th grade, we were all virtual, hybrid. And 10th grade is when Mr. Lazaro took over, and he came up to me. It was the first week of school, and he's like, can you do this for me? He's like, I'm not really sure about this whole announcement thing. He's in middle school. The students led them. So he's like, you want to do this for me? And I was like, I'll do it. And that's where it all started.
Mr. Rollman is the voice of the Raiders over the loudspeaker at Gwinnett, but you are certainly the voice of the Raiders here at the high school. I welcome in our live viewing audience. Please let us know where you're watching from. If you're a family or friend of Ms. Decker's or an alum, certainly jump in the comments and say hello. Jocelyn, this show represents Port Pride. You got your swag on today, your varsity jacket. There's so many aspects of Port Pride that you represent. I mean, we could do a day-long, a 24-hour-long show on you. Why so involved in school? Why involved in so many clubs? Why all the college classes? She's taken 7 college classes this year. Is it something that comes easy for you? Is something that you really worked at? Tell me about your Port Pride.
Well, I am very lucky to have a family that's very involved here in Port Jervis. So I really am inspired by them to be involved in the community, and they help push me a little bit. And I see the great changes that my uncle has caused for Port Jervis, or my great-grandfather. So inspired by that, I want to make a change here at Port and leave my legacy behind.
Yeah, and you are certainly doing that. So many facets. People are jumping in and saying hello, Miss Witowski, Miss Poulos, Miss Brienne. That's Grandma? That's your favorite aunt, Grandma. Okay. Hi, Aunt Grandma. Really in so many facets. We're going to get to the cheerleading in a little bit. Your grades are fantastic. You've been a strong student. 7 college classes. Some kids choose to downshift their senior year, kind of take it easy, early release. You have the opposite here. You're taking a full load of college classes. Tell me about that decision.
So sophomore year, I said to Miss Kamar, I said, I really want to pack up my junior year schedule. She's like, why? I said, senior year, I'm going to get all my college credits, go into college, hopefully as my freshman year being done, and just have that advanced start.
Wow. And you want to go into education. You're going to visit Oswego tomorrow. Hopefully they're listening, and if not, give the admissions counselor this podcast. Why education? Why are you going in that route?
Well, it's really the great teachers I've had. One teacher that comes to mind is Miss Grabiak at HBE. And she really, when I was younger, she really inspired me. She helped me come out of my shell a little bit in 4th grade. And
you were shy?
I was a shy student, but she helped me with my grades. They weren't bad, but she helped me a little bit, tweak some stuff. And Miss Cole, all of my teachers have left such a great impact on me that I want to do that for students in the future.
Wow. A lot of kids are afraid, Jocelyn. They're shy, right? They don't want to come on podcasts. They don't want to come on the loudspeaker. You know, at that age you were, how did you overcome that? How did Ms. Graviak help you overcome that fear?
Well, we really just had like in the classroom mini shows. There was a lot at HBE. I'm not sure about ISK. I'm sure they have it as well, but a lot of public speaking type things. We would have a showtime
Mm,
during lunch, so they would invite students up on the stage in front of all the kids, and they really helped us get over that fear.
wow. And that was something that when you did it, you kind of liked it?
Yeah,
Do you?
doing the plays, I really liked being out there and providing joy to the audience.
Yeah, and that's not for everybody. We get that even in this role. I have a great opportunity to do that for schools. Maybe you'll be joining me one day,
Hopefully.
and that's awesome. So you want to go into education again, visiting Oswego. Why elementary? Why that focus of elementary?
I feel like in order to build somebody's character, you really have to start when they're young. It's like you can teach a dog old tricks, so the saying is, but if you start when they're younger and you just build those blocks, that they'll have those fundamentals throughout their life
Yeah.
and be able to pursue them.
Wow. Jocelyn Decker here again. Jump in and say hello. Hello, Miss Shevlin
Guys.
Galligan. So many people viewing. Jocelyn, another thing, you're involved in the community. You're volunteering. You're working. You have a job. You've been heavily involved with the cheerleaders here. Going to Disney this
Yes.
week, the cheerleaders. Shout out to Coach Addy. Tell me what it's meant to you to be involved with our amazing cheerleaders and the long legacy they have.
Yeah, so our cheer team here at Port Jervis really does provide school spirit. We do a lot of things behind the scenes that not a lot of people see. So at the games, whether it be hyping up our crowd, even when our team may not be winning, or just hyping up the students during pep rally, the cheerleaders provide that sense of school spirit. It's really great.
They certainly do a lot of enthusiasm, including opening day.
Yes.
You open for the district in front of the teachers. And,
Yes, had a great performance.
yeah, Chris Addy, and let's give them a shout out too.
Yes, Coach Addy, Coach Phillips with JV.
Jocelyn, you have a lot on your plate. Again, a very well balanced teenager. How do you avoid that it's too much? Is it ever too much for you where you just kind of want to veg on the couch and binge watch a show for 8 hours?
Some days it's good to take those mental health days, but fortunately I'm involved in a lot of outside activities like fishing or hiking, a lot of things that you could just sit there and take it all in and just relax for a second. It's very relaxing. Fishing, snowboarding, you become one with nature.
Wow. Awesome. She's doing great things here. Jocelyn, again, back to the college classes. You have an impressive line of strong teachers here. If you had to pick maybe one or two classes that really just, oh my God, I love it. What would those be?
Just this year or throughout my school?
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Andrews' class last year with honors U.S. history, that had to be my favorite class so far.
Was it Andrews solo or the Andrews Carroll duo?
It was just Mr. Andrews.
Solo.
It
Wow.
was just Mr. Andrews.
Okay.
But he really brought a new aspect to history for me that I
Mhm.
haven't seen before. And I had maintained 100 average all year in that class.
Wow.
But I really do believe that great teaching comes with the connection you have with your students. It's hard to learn from a teacher that maybe you don't see at the same eye-to-eye level with, but when you develop that one-to-one respect, it really helps with the teaching.
Yeah. And how did Mr. Andrews do that? He's a very unique person, his
Guy.
personality. Yeah. How did he do that with you?
Yeah. So, Mr. Andrew jokes around a lot. He gets to know his students. It was a small class, so we all became like one little family. So we all joked around with each other. We had little pop quizzes. We were a little challenging with each other. It was just a tight unity he made in the classroom.
Nice. Yeah. Shout out, Mr. Andrews. Very cool. Justin, let's talk about some of the volunteering. Again, you're in the honor society. You're involved in mock trial, the ski and snowboard club, but then just volunteering, the Fall Foliage Festival, the Moon Festival. Where does that aspect of you're doing all these things and now you still want to give some more? Where does that come from? Where does that drive come from in you?
Well, it really comes from seeing my family growing up doing all these great things, and I just want to give back to the community in the best ways I can. So maybe when I'm older, I might not be able to help out as much as I am now. So while I have the time, I'd like to give back to my community.
Jocelyn, so many people, there's a mindset of what's in it for me. If I do this, I'll get paid. If I do this, I will get. What is giving and community service when there is no return or guaranteed kind of physical exchange there? What is it? What do you receive in return when you volunteer?
Well, it really is respect from the community, and they see you out there. I'll be working at the Erie, and somebody will come up to me like, "Oh, you were at the Fall Foliage Festival last week,"
Hmm.
and it's just spreading that kindness and the sense of Port Pride throughout the community.
Yeah. Jocelyn, what do you think of all this stuff happening in the community? We just played our last game at Gwinnett the way it was. Brand new school building being refurbished in town where you went to middle school. What do all these changes mean to you?
I'm excited for the changes. As the class of 2024 would say, as we are moving out of the buildings, I always upgrade after we leave. So the upgrades won't be as useful to me, but I'm
Mhm.
excited for the future class coming up. I have sisters in kindergarten and pre-K right now,
Ooh,
so they will get to use those great new buildings. And I'm excited for Port to have a turf field. I feel like two turf
two turf
fields.
fields.
Yes,
Yeah.
it'll be exciting. We do have the nostalgic Gwinnett field, dirt
Hmm.
field that everyone plays on, but the new scoreboards and the new lights, it's going to add a new excitement to the field.
Yeah. And maybe one day, if you do come back to teach here, you'll reap those benefits as an educator. And certainly the advancements in technology, that new building is going to be absolutely state of the art facility here. And we're just thrilled for our community. And we hope it attracts not only alumni, but other people that want to come and work and be part of this Port Pride movement. You certainly are part of that movement, Jocelyn, in so many ways. Another public thing is the Board of Education rep.
Yes.
I watched you give your report last week. You had no notes. I got notes all over the place here. You just spoke about all the things that were happening with no notes. You did it so naturally. Tell me about being the board rep and what that means to get in front of the mic there and have a voice.
Well, it's very important. So, from doing the announcements, I have more of ability to speak than others, so it comes more natural to me. And it's really nice having a voice and having students come up to me and be like, "Hey, why don't you like include this in your presentation? The soccer team scores, the football team scores." And it's nice being the face and being a voice for the ones who don't have a voice.
That's awesome. It's so good. Do you see yourself doing something down the road with this? Maybe like a news
Possibly,
reporter or some sort of announcer or something?
possibly,
Yeah.
Mr. Ullman, maybe when he retires, if I come back in the future, I might do Mr. Ullman.
Yeah.
But
And even Jocelyn, this opportunity that I've had here, to represent Port Jervis in a different way, and maybe you can do that in a role if you were to come back teaching. And there's Miss Addie, there's
yeah.
Mr. Decker jumping in. Yeah, great day to be a Raider for
Great
sure.
day to be Raider.
But you really, as a teenager, somebody who a lot of kids are shy and scared to get in front of the microphone, which is natural. But you have a certain confidence and do it in a way that makes everyone feel comfortable. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. Jocelyn, one thing you love about Port Jervis schools, it could be a program, it could be a facility. You mentioned a few of the people already. One thing you love, and then one thing, I wish we had, or I wish we did. So two-part question. One thing you love here, and again, that could be a program, that could be a class, and then one thing you wish we had.
Right. So the one thing I love about all Port Jervis schools, every school I've been to, elementary, middle school, high school, is really just the tight bond, like the unity of staff and the students. They feel more like a family rather than just a person that's going to give you homework. Or if you get called down to the principal's office, you don't feel like you're in trouble or it's a person reprimanding you. You feel like a parent figure or a mentor just coaching you and giving you good advice to go throughout the ways.
Nice. And one thing you could add?
One thing I would add is I wish that we had more sports, maybe like lacrosse, something for students that don't, like some people don't want to play football. Some people don't want to play soccer. We have all the basic ones, but expanding our sports, I feel, would unify more students.
Yeah. More opportunities. There is a new intramural bowling program that was big here years ago. Girls wrestling is here. And I know the word lacrosse has come up multiple times, and the future of sports here and how that'll affect other different things. But those are some good points. Yeah. And we hope you stay in touch with us through your college career and keep an eye on that. Jocelyn, you wanted to go in education. You know, you have some goals here. What are some other goals that you'd like to swimming? Yes. Chatter. Dr. Bell actually at the last school board meeting did use the P word there, swimming pool. Threw that out there. So our Aunt Grandma, that's in the conversation. But tell me about some of your goals in addition to wanting to become a teacher.
Well, I really just want to explore. You know, I want to go out west and see the Grand Canyon, get a new horizon on life. I feel like if you go and visit different cultures, then you have a new respect and understanding for them. So maybe travel abroad or go across the United States or across the world even, before I start my career, just to get that aspect, just get that new look on life before bringing it into the classroom. And
that could be a question that you ask on these visits to college. Will there be an opportunity to study abroad as an education major? Because I agree with you, there is there. And after college, I had a chance. I lived in Italy for a year. I volunteered. I taught English. And, it does do that. So I would encourage you and all of our students to, if you have an opportunity to have a study abroad and or volunteer opportunity abroad, those would be some powerful things for you.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. Jocelyn, anything I didn't ask you that you wanted to share?
I don't know. I think we covered a lot of the bases.
Yeah.
It's a great day to be a Raider. Everyone here has Port Pride.
Jocelyn, what would you tell these middle schoolers that are mingled in the hallway with you, or maybe a sixth grader that might watch this, or even your younger sisters? What advice would you give them as they are on their K-12 journey and you're on the doorstep of leaving?
Yeah, well, if you guys have a goal that you're looking for, don't be afraid to reach out, even if it's something new, like starting the announcements as a student here at the high school. All the staff here is very supporting, and they'll help you get to where you want to go. If you have a goal that you are like, no, this is crazy, it's never going to work, it will work, and they'll help you in any way that they can to achieve your goal.
Awesome answer. Again, this is Jocelyn Decker. Thank you. So many people tuning in live here. If you're watching the show on record, jump in and leave a question or a comment for Jocelyn. And we here at Port Jervis, Jocelyn, are extremely proud of you. We say Port Pride. We try to model Port Pride. You do it as a student, and certainly a lot of people are noticing and seeing the great things that you're doing. So when you're around greatness, we want to celebrate it. And this young lady is certainly somebody that we're proud to have on the Spotlight program. So good luck at Oswego.
Thank you.
Good luck in Florida. And certainly good luck in the process of your college applications and things like that. Have you written your essay yet?
I have.
You have.
It's all in. It's all submitted.
Good.
Now we're just waiting to hear back.
All right. And then scholarship opportunities, things like that. Yeah.
Yes.
What are your top three? Do you have a top three schools? Is there?
Definitely Oswego is my number one. Oneonta would be my number two. And Geneseo is actually a really nice campus.
Geneseo is a very nice campus. Yeah. Way north, right?
It is way north. Yeah. Way north and west.
Yeah. Yeah. My brother went to Oneonta, and all of those state schools, good relationships with Port Jervis. And we hope you get a boatload of scholarship money and opportunities. And thank you again for everyone for tuning in. Any last shout outs, Jocelyn? I know we got class here. You got to go get something to eat.
Yeah.
Any last shout outs?
Shout outs to all the teachers who have helped me along the way.
Yeah.
everyone here in Port Jervis City School District.
How about 2 claps for Jocelyn? Jocelyn, you want to end with a go Port for us?
Yeah, it's a great day to be a Raider, and go Port.
We're going to have to record that like Bob Shepard at Yankee
Yeah.
Stadium. This was Jocelyn Decker. If you know of a student that you would recommend, please reach out to me. We're going to have a student weekly here on throughout the school year, and we're so proud of our kids graduating and going on to do great things. And you can't say, let's move up a little bit so I can see you. Yeah, look at that awesome varsity jacket. And
for our cheerleaders.
she'll be rocking that on the plane Friday, heading to Disney. So shout out to the cheerleaders, and really proud of you, Jocelyn. We wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. Guys, again, leave us a question or a comment in the chat. Thanks for all the recommendations about different sports. Tuning in, lacrosse got a lot of shout outs, archery got a shout out, swimming. So this was great. Thanks for tuning in. Support us on social media, forward it, like our stuff, and certainly keep in touch with us. We're happy to be doing this work and happy to celebrate kids and staff and alumni that are carrying the banner for Port Jervis Schools. Jocelyn Decker, class of 24, is certainly one of them. All right, we're going to sign off here on the podcast. Thank you so much, Jocelyn. Good luck on these upcoming trips. And let me get this little video going. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for tuning in.